Yo guys, welcome to this new tutorial, and today we are going to see how to work with animations on Unreal Engine. Okay guys, welcome back. So before we go with the tutorial guys, we need to understand some points on Unreal Engine. So you need to know that on Unreal Engine you have two types of animations. You have the animations that you use repetitively, like the walking animations, or what is about moving, because it's the same animation that is looping. Okay, and there is one shot animation, sorry, that you use only when there is a specific event, for example reloading a weapon, like this. So guys, those are two types of different animations. So I will teach you how to make each one. Okay, let's go. So for let's start by the one shot animations. Okay, so those are animations that are called anim montage. The anim montage animation is animation that is triggered on a specific event. Okay, for example reloading a weapon. We will do this. For example, for the reloading, I have selected the R key as the event. R key, you click here, and then I used the node play montage. Play montage. This one, guys. And then in the skeletal mesh component, I will drag my mesh component and plug it here. And also on the montage, I will select my anim montage. So the first question is, how do I get my anim montage animation? Because anim montage file type are different from the green animations that you know. Okay, so how to get an anim montage from an animation, for example reloading. You can see this is a simple animation. I right click, go to create, and click on create anim montage, and I will get my anim montage. Now I can use this animation, the anim montage, okay, on the montage to play, like this. Now when I click R, it will play this anim montage. Okay guys, anim montage are useful. Why? Because regardless the the one shot feature, it also allow us to trigger other events in the animations. How do we do that? We open our anim montage, for example this one, and I right click on here on the notifies, and I can add notify. Okay guys, now there is per default notify that are already implemented in the anim montages. For example this one, montage notify. This event is triggered here. You can see on notify begin. Now every time this animation arrive here, this event is triggered by this exit. Okay, now when I click, for example print string, this is for debugging guys. Okay, when I click compile, you can see that I have the hello message on the top left screen. Okay guys, like this. Okay, so also I can add other events like this one. You can click new notify, you name it test event. Now you have a new event. Where do I find this event? Now here guys, you need to go to your anim class. Okay, you go to your character blueprint, click on mesh, and you can find it here, anim class. Click on the loop, and there it is. This, guys, is the blueprint class, which is responsible of animations. So now here, when I open the anim class, I can find the event graph, just like the character blueprint. Pretty much, it's almost the same thing. It's not the same thing, okay? And here, when I right click now and I type the name of my event, test event, I can find my custom event here. Now, every time this animation is played, when it arrives to this event, it will trigger this event. Okay, guys? Okay. Uh, there is a very important point, guys, that we need to know. In order to have anim montages work, you need to go to your anim. First of all, you need to go to your anim blueprint on the anim graph. You will, for you guys, you will find if you use the per default first person character example of an engine, you will find this configuration. Okay, just a state machine linked to the output pose. Per default, guys, if I click R now, nothing happen. The anim montage is not working. Why? Because I need to tell the anim blueprint that anim montages need to be played. How? I just need to add the space where the anim montages will be played. Right click and type default. Okay, okay, and now here on the montage section, you will find slot default slot. Okay, guys, this is where all the Anim montages will be played. So now we will link this here and here. I will explain to you what is it, what is the state machines. Okay, guys, it's in relation with the loop animations, not the one-shot animations. Okay, now, guys, when I click R, it will work properly. Okay, guys. Okay, so why it is named the default slot? It's per default, guys. You can find it here. Default group, default slot. You can create other slot and other default group. Uh, the more you learn about an engine, the more you exercise, and the more you will see how it works. Okay, this is for the beginner, for the beginning. So, guys, this is pretty much everything for the anim montages. Now we have our anim montage work properly. Now we will see how to set moving animations, the looping animations that are played repetitively. Okay, guys, it include the walking, running, crouching, like this. Also, even the prone, like this. For the prone, guys, you can see that I am using two different animations, the looping animation of the moving and the anim montage animations of going from stand to prone and from prone to stand. So I can combine two type of animations. Okay. So, guys, for the moving animations, how does it work? You need to know that the moving animations are they depend about two let's say. The first information is the direction. My character need to know what direction it is taking in order to play a specific animation of this direction. And also the speed. Why? Because when you have, for example, a walking animation, my character need to play this animation while it is moving. For example, you will see later that these variables or these conditions can be set with different way depending of your game or your gameplay. Okay, so first of all, guys, we need to tell the anim blueprint class uh, what is our speed and what is our direction. This is the first thing to do. Notice, guys, that it always reports to the anim class, Anim blueprint. Okay, this is the class that handle all the animations. So I go to event graph, and here, if you are using the third person shooter example of Unreal Engine, guys, you will have the speed and the direction already done. Okay, guys. If not, you can have it by, it's simple. Just from the try get pawn owner, you drag get actor location like this. No, sorry guys, sorry. Get actor rotation like this. You have the rotation of your character, and also you get velocity. Okay. Now for the velocity, you need to do vector land like this. Now this is the speed. You just promise to variable and you name it speed. Okay, guys, this is the same thing I have here. I delete this. Okay, for the direction, guys, you need to use another node which is calculate direction. So calculate direction, you will get this one. You plug in velocity to velocity and the rotation to rotation, and now you have the direction that you are going to promote as variable. This is the angle between the direction and the speed of your character. Okay, guys. Okay, now I have two variables, the speed and the direction. These variables are going to be used on our moving animations. Now, guys, I need to create a new class or new file on an engine. If you are not familiar with an engine, you will learn it today. So moving animations are classed in one file. This file is going to get the speed in the direction that we just created, and it will use it to give us the appropriate animation. Okay, guys? So right click, go to animations, and here you have two files named blend space. Blend space one dimension and blend space. For the blend space one dimension, you don't need direction because it's one dimension. Okay, guys. So it will, for example, for 2D games, you have the moving, or I have another example. Sorry, like this, guys. When I run, my character go only forward. It's all the actor of the character that is rotating, but the animation is the only animation. Okay, guys, I have only one animation, which is running forward. But when I have, for example, a weapon, and no, sorry, I will show you later on. So this is for the one dimension. For the two dimension, my class is going to take the direction in consideration before giving me the appropriate animation. Okay, guys. So we are going to use blend space 3D. Select the skeleton of your character. Now I will name it test BS. When I open it, this is what I'm going to have. Okay, guys. Here I have two axes, okay, from 0 to 100 and from 0 to 100. Okay, guys, these axes are there. Axis settings. For the horizontal axis, this is gonna be the direction. For the value, it go it goes from minus 180 to 180. Okay, now I have minus 180 and to 180. The sum of the two is 316, which is the a full circle. Okay, guys, this is for the direction. For the speed, I can go, I will name it speed like this. I can go from 0 to, for example, 650, which is the value I am using for my running animation. Now, guys, it is starting taking sense. You can see that now I have, depending on the direction and the speed, I will get this space where this green point will select the animation. So now I need to fill animations on this rectangle. Okay, let's assume that we are going to create a blend space for moving animation. Okay, so on the 0, I will select a not moving animation. For example, usually it is named idle. Okay, guys, I will use this animation and put it here. Now, on the direction 0 and on the speed of 0, I have this animation, which is 0. It will just take its place and it will not move. But when I move forward, for example, walk forward on the direction of 0, my character will starts moving. You can see. I hope you understand the principle. This is it. Now this is one dimension. Okay, this is what I am going to have if I choose one dimension blend space. Okay, I have only one axis. It will be the speed, and I don't care about direction. Okay, guys. But in my case, in our example, we are using a 3D blend space. So now I need to give the blend space the other animations. Okay, so for the right walk RT, which is right rifle iron sight, I will have this animation. Okay, guys, but I have made mistake because I put it on the 180, which is the back, the moving back. So I need to put it here, and on the 180, I need to put the backward because it is the reverse movement. I need to put this here and here. 180 or minus 180 is the same point. Now, what I need to add is the left, moving left. There it is. Now, my character from 0, it will be just on the idle. It will not move. But when the speed is going to increase, you can see that my character is moving right, backward, left, and forward. That's great. Now we need to implement this test blend space that we just made on the Anim instance blueprint. Okay, remember that this is the class that handle all the animations. Great. To do this, go back to your Anim graph, and here we will have this state machine. This is a per default state machine. I will not use this. I will start from scratch. Right click and go back, go all the way down, and sorry, no problem. You just type new, sorry, new state machine like this. Now I have an empty state machine. This one is already filled with the per default third-person shooter, third-person character example of an engine. Okay, so now you can see that the entry is the starting point. Now I need to tell my character, for example, this one, what we just created is a moving blend space. Okay, I will call it, we named it test like this. Now from the entry, it will go to test. Okay, guys, if I click compile, open the test, you can see that my test BS, this is the blend space that we just created. This one have it has the two variables or two information that we need, the speed and direction, and we plug plug in our direction and speed and click compile. Guys, here you don't just drag and drop. You can't do this. You right click and type add state like this, and you name it. For example, in our case, it's moving like this, and you open this and drag. This is the appropriate way to do this. Okay, guys. Now, when I click compile, sorry, come back here. I will delete this one. I will use this one. Great. I will use this one. Great. And now you can see that when I click play, my character will move. Why it is so slow, guys? Because my default character movement max walk speed is 270. And remember that we have set the maximum value of our speed variable on 650. So when my character move, it only reach 270 unit of an engine speed. Okay, so it is in average here 270. This is why I have this animation. What I need to do, I just decrease this value 650 to reach 270. I click save. Now when I move, my character move properly. Okay, guys, great. This is an example of how to use loop animations of moving. Now, guys, we need to learn how to switch between different moving animations. Also, this is pretty much simple. We create another blend space of moving. This one was for the moving. I have already one here for the crouch. I have done the same thing I have done before, guys. It's the same thing. Okay. Just here I have, sorry, let me delete this. There is an error. I will use an idle crouch. Crouch. Idle. Where is idle? Okay, there it is. There it is, guys. Now I have an idle and a moving. It's the same thing as the moving stand. Okay, it's the same thing. Now here, when I open this state machine, I need to add a state. I will name it crouch. Great, crouch. Now I will open this one and search for crouch BS crouch work. This one. As we done before, we plug in the speed and the direction. We click compile. But here in the from the entry, it is going right to the moving. But how do we go to crouch? We click here, guys, and drag all the way to the crouch. This is the condition of going from moving stand to moving crouch. I double click here and here. I have a boolean. It's a true or false. Okay, to go from moving to crouch. I click back from here to here to go back from crouch to moving. So what I need to do is just creating a crouching boolean variable. You can do this by clicking here, variable, you name it, crouch, just like this. And from moving to crouch, you will drag your crouch variable here and you tell equal, you type equal. If it is true, you plug it here. And if it is false, sorry, equal. If it is false, it go back to stand. And there it is. Now we have two conditions. If the crouch is true, we go from moving to crouch. And if the crouch variable is false, we go from the crouch to moving. You need to do this for every movement type, prone or running or whatever you create with the appropriate conditions. Now I need to show you how to make to sorry to set this variable true or false. Remember that we are on the Anim class instance, and here we don't have access to the keyboard keys or events. We only have the events from the Anim montages. Okay, guys. So how do we set these variables? We go back to our character blueprint. Okay, our character blueprint, and for example, for the crouching, I have used this key, the left control key. This is the same thing. Okay, I created Boolean variable the same as this one on my character blueprint. This is for the use of other things like speed or whatever. It is not important for the tutorial of today. I set the character movement speed. I decreased it because when we are crouched, our speed is less than when we are stand. Okay, so I dragged character movement and set max walk speed. This is the speed, guys. Okay, our default speed. Remember, it was 270. It's here now. When we are crouched, I set it as 150. This is when I press left control. When I released, it go back to 270. Now the anim class variable, we will set it true or false by get anim instance, select mesh. Okay, guys, this is the skeletal mesh of our character, like this. Drag return value and cast to the name of your anim class, which is in my case UE4, etc. Okay, guys, and from here I will type set crouch. This is my variable that I have just created here, and we put it true or false as I done here. I use a different variable, but it's the same thing. Okay, this is the same thing. So now when I click left control, I will set this character blueprint variable true or false. It's not important for our tutorial. I will decrease my speed or increase it when I stand back to up, and I will set my anim class boolean variable of crouching to true when I click and false when I release, and click compile. Okay, guys, great. Go back to here, anim graph. Now I will show you. I will use the variable that I created with you. Set crouch to true. I will leave this here, but it will not affect my like this. Click compile, and now it should work. I am moving. When I click left control, now I have a crouch idle. It is playing the zero speed movement. Okay, when I move, you can see that the character is moving. It is slow. Why? Because of the same reason before. Our sorry, our crouch is too high. I need to set it as 150. So 150, and I click save. Now when I move, it moves properly. Okay, guys. Now, guys, for the prawn, I told you that I am using an montage combined to. This is only I have done the same thing I done here for the crouching, but here I used this anim montage of going from up to prawn here before on the blend out, which means in the end of the onion montage, it go to prawn and speed and the same thing. Okay, I use the same configuration as the crouch for the prawn, but here you need to add the brown as before, guys. Okay, like this. You can get it from the moving to brown and so on. Brown equal copy paste. Sorry, the other one need to be false, like this, and save. Now, when you go like this, you will have the brown. It's not working. Why? Because I have not put the brown blend space here. Brown blend space, like this. For the brown blend space, guys, I used one dimension. Okay, this is why I have only one the speed variable. Click compile, play. I am browning. Now my character is moving on the brown. Click back another time, the key, and it go walk with the blend space of walking. Great. This is in case you want a smooth animation or a realistic movement, okay? Because if you don't do this, you will have this weird movement like this. Look at this, okay? We go directly to from up to brown. It's not realistic. Great. Now, guys, I need to show you one last thing. Imagine you are moving like this, okay? And you click a key that is trigger an anim montage animation. Look what is happening. When I click R, you see that it is weird. In our case, we need to play the anim montage only on the up body. So it is blending animations. It's a full subject, guys, but I will show you this in this video. Okay, to fix this. Sorry, I will just set this as before. Go back to your anim instance. Okay, okay, and here right click and type layered blend per bone. Okay, okay. So here you will add bone name. This is the bone from what the two animations are going to be played on different place. For example, the base pose is always the downside down part of the body, and the blend pose is all what came up of this bone name. In our case, our bone name will be spine 1. Okay, make sure that you are copying the name of the bone properly. You type spine underscores 01, like here. Okay, the same thing. And now for the blend depth, you set it as 1. Also, you mesh space rotation bed, you check it on. Okay, and now, guys, this uh, base pose is going to play all what came all down the spine 1, and the blend pose 0 is going to play or all what came up spine 1. Okay, guys, to do this, you copy paste this here like this, and before the anim montage of, in our case, the reload animation come on the hand, so it need to be on the blend pose 0 because it is up the spine 1. You check it here, and here you only link without the default slot, otherwise it will play the animation on all the body. So now when I click play, I move. When I click R, it is reloading only on the upper body. Okay guys, I think it is pretty much everything for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and see you in further tutorials.